Morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Nicole Nalepa in for Caitlin Nuclo. And you are watching Eyewitness News right here on the Wax. We have a lot to talk about, as we do every day. But it is Friday. We're feeling it. And we want to see what the weekend's going to be like as we start to make our plans. Meteorologist Scott Gagliardi joins us now. So how goes it?
It goes good. We're getting better as the day goes on.
The rain's starting to clear out?
The rain's starting to clear out big time. And it's gonna be windy today.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, just be prepared.
So it'll feel a little cooler then in some areas?
A lot colder.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in the hill towns. You're feeling like the 20s.
Ooh, gosh.
Basically all day. Yeah, even right now, it's quite chilly out there. We're blast back to winter on this technically first full day of spring, but still, it's chilly out there. 45 right now in New Haven. Notice the clouds are clearing quickly. That clearing is going to take place, and we're looking at mostly sunny skies over the next, say, 2 to 3 hours. Up through Hartford, it's 39. The wind speeds out of the northwest at 15. Almost all of the rain has pushed off farther towards the east. We had a batch, say, through central Connecticut River, Hartford, down through, say, Durham, with some light to moderate rain a couple hours ago, but that has all come to an end. Temperatures, they're actually falling a bit in the Northwest Hills, 33 for Salisbury, just about everybody else in the 40s. But the feels like temperature, check that out, Salisbury. You feel like 17 degrees. It's chilly out there. The winds are sustained out of the north and west at 21. Gusting already 20 to 30, in some cases 36 miles per hour. Those pick up, though, throughout the day. We'll talk about the latest on how high these wind gusts go, as well as what to expect this weekend. It's warmer, and then it's quite chilly. That's ahead in your first alert forecast. Good morning, Nicole?
Last I checked, that's what my mom named me. Right now, we're taking a look at the drive times. Of course, traffic is starting to pick up in the usual spots, especially through Fairfield County. That's what's contributing to the hour and 20 minutes there in the yellow. If you're traveling on 95 New Haven to the George Washington Bridge, the slowdowns are right around exit 26. We do have some delays in Trumbull on the Parkway southbound as well, just under 8 miles. Again, very typical for this time. 91 and 84, though, Hartford to New Haven, Waterbury to Hartford, all looking really, really good this morning. And we are dealing with a little bit of road work. Seymour, Route 8 northbound between exits 17 and 18. The right lane is blocked. And in Portland, this is typical for this time of the year. Right by the Portland Fairgrounds, it's usually flooded right around Route 17A at Route 17. And that is your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers. And now let's talk about the March Madness spotlight that's about to shine on Connecticut. The UConn men and women's basketball teams, they're about to kick off their NCAA tournament runs.
All right, your reporter Roger Susanen has more on the Husky hype train from the UConn campus in stores.
Okay, Husky fans, it is time to get serious and strap on our sneakers as both the UConn men's and women's teams are about to kick off what we hope are long NCAA tournament runs. The men have a business trip, while the women will actually be trying to protect their home court here at Gamble Pavilion. And let's begin with the UConn women. They've got a major matchup tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. when they host the Arkansas State Red Wolves, again, right here at Gamble. UConn is the 2 seed in the Spokane region, and if they advance on Saturday, they'd welcome either South Dakota State or Oklahoma State to the friendly confines of Gamble Pavilion. That one would be for a spot in the Sweet 16. Now, the UConn men also have a major matchup ahead. That's happening tonight in Raleigh, North Carolina, where they face off with the Oklahoma Sooners. Your sports reporter Mark Robbins joins us now in North Carolina with a preview.
Here in Raleigh, North Carolina, inside the Lenovo Center, the Huskies are trying to figure out a way to turn this into a doghouse south, if you will. And UConn, the two-time defending national champions, now an 8th seed in this national tournament. Keep in mind, Oklahoma comes from what they're calling the mighty SEC. The Southeastern Conference has 14 of its 16 programs in this tournament. So it's a great league, but of course UConn comes out of the Big East, and there is no better when it comes right down to it. Big East success already for schools in this tournament like Creighton. So the Huskies have a lot to try to uphold with their 2 straight national titles, and of course conference pride, school pride, Connecticut pride. After all, it is the basketball capital of the world. Can UConn move that capital south here to Raleigh, North Carolina for this weekend? We're soon going to find out. UConn and Oklahoma, 9:25 tonight on TNT. I'll be back later on today on Channel 3's Eyewitness News for pregame reports, and of course, I'll have all the postgame coverage coming up on WFSB and of course on WFSB.com. For now, I'm Mark Robbins, your sports reporter at the NCAA tournament in Raleigh, North Carolina. Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
The news rolls right along with it. While the games are happening at noon, 4 and 7, you can still watch Eyewitness News live on our sister station, The Wax, and WFSB Plus. Right now to news breaking overnight today. One of the busiest airports in the world is shut down, disrupting flights for hundreds of thousands of travelers. Officials say a transformer caught fire this morning inside an electrical substation that supplies power to London's Heathrow Airport. Now there's a whole big power outage there, forcing the airport to close for the rest of the day. Right now we know 2 flights from New York are impacted, and a plane that was set to depart from Boston was on the tarmac for over 3 hours.
Wow. What a mess there. And this morning, leaders at the Kent Memorial Library in Suffield are postponing a meeting to talk about a book ban proposal.
Yeah, there was a meeting last night by the Library Commission, but it was abruptly canceled because so many people showed up. The proposal would only allow books related to gender identity if they're balanced with books containing other viewpoints.
Many opponents are calling it censorship, and we're going to bring you an update as soon as the meeting is rescheduled.
Also developing this morning, President Trump's executive order is signed, and it dismantles the Department of Education, making good on a campaign promise to send education back to the states.
Now, we know families here in our state have a lot of questions on what this means for students, and your reporter, Marcy Jones, is breaking down the executive order and also looking at how it'll impact students right here in Connecticut.
Good morning. Well, in short, this executive order is really to Director Linda McMahon to take all of the necessary steps to shut down key functionalities of the DOE. Now, this is a seemingly way to kind of get around the need of approval of Congress in order to shut down a federal department. As far as impact goes for students here in Connecticut, the federal government does not dictate curriculum taught in schools. That's left up to states and local governments, which provides 90% of funding to schools. However, the Department of Education does oversee funding for low-income student programs like Title I, Head Start, Pell Grants, and the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act that supports students with unique needs from physical impairments to dyslexia. Before the signing, President Trump did say critical programs will be protected, specifically mentioning student loans and Pell Grants, but it remains unclear where the department will make the most changes. While supporters say giving all power of education back to individual states will benefit students, critics argue this will deepen a divide and could overwhelm local governments. Now, if President Trump does in fact want to officially shut down the DOE, he will have to get congressional approval to do so. Your reporter in Hartford, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And we want to hear from you. Do you think the Department of Education should be dismantled? All you have to do is click on the Vote Now tab on our website, or you can also scan the QR code. But as of right now, where it stands, 59% of you say no, you don't think it should. We'll continue to follow this, and again, continue to weigh in, please. We want to hear from you.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you, too, about the weather, because take a look at this picture. Are you ready for this? Yes, ready. Ready? The snowed this morning.
My word.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's snow in North Colebrook. We just got this in from Ingrid. A little dusting, not okay with it. It's technically, what, second day?
It's the first full day of spring.
Thank you. First full day, exactly. So thank you, Ingrid, for sending that in. But, man, snow.
Thank you, Ingrid.
I'm asking for a snowy photo from the Berkshires as we speak.
There definitely was some.
Yeah.
You could see on the loop, we did have a quick little window to see some of that snow, and that's exactly what we saw for areas like Colebrook and other areas farther towards the north. The big deal today, though, will be the wind. Notice that flag blowing around in the breeze already in Mystic. It's mostly cloudy there, but skies are clearing quickly. We'll detail the latest on the high wind gusts as well as what to expect through the weekend and into next week. That's ahead in your Fresh Alert forecast.
Can we go
Tracey?
skiing this weekend?
We should go skiing this week. We can.